Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very honored to be part of the organizing committee together with Adrian Bridge, Pancho Campo, David Fuhrer, and Greg Jones. So I think we did the maximum we could do for this fantastic conference, and I hope you enjoy it. Before I give the word to my speakers, I just want to steal you 3 minutes. I'll be quick as possible to address a topic that I think will not be addressed in other talks. So just basically, this is a very nice graphic. What happens when you have a temperature that is going higher with for the grape varieties at harvest time? So usually you have the sugar going up, the acid going down, and at one point, that is the best ratio, you have the maximum of aromas. That's the perfect situation. If it's warmer, you have the acid going down quicker, the sugar going up quicker, and then when you have this ratio, you don't have the aromas, and you turn out to have wines that are unbalanced. So this is a very nice diagram based on an article in Scientific American, Will We Still Enjoy Pinot Noir? So it brings me to the next slide. As you can see, I have faked a bottle of Romanée Conti like many people do. It's quite common. The vintage is 2014 here, okay, maybe 2119, whatever. So the last 2,000 years, Pinot, like many other grape varieties, didn't have sex at all. It means the reproduction is not sexual, it's only through cuttings. So what happens? You have a lot of clones that appear, but you cannot defend yourself by making a new generation against the diseases that are going more and more important with the climate change. And all this area will be at risk, including Burgundy. So my question is, which Romanée Conti will we have in 1 century? So either we plant something else, varieties that ripe later, new crossings, new hybrids. I hope that Aubert de Vilaine is not listening to that, because I'm sure he will never accept that. Or we keep Pinot Noir, so we must adjust by increasing the inputs, increasing chemicals, finding clones that are more resistant, rootstocks that are more adapted to the viticulture, and the last point, and that's the one I want to tackle today, GMOs, genetically modified organisms. I know it's a bad word, but it does exist. It has been done on grape varieties. This is a list of what has been already done. I should make a list of what will be done in the future. I'm not advocating in favor or against it. It's open for discussion. I'm just telling you it does exist. It could solve both mildews, leaf roll virus, Peyrosis disease in California, drought, cold, etc., etc. But this is not accepted by the general public yet. So I want to underline another technique that is gene editing. Maybe you've heard of this new technique called CRISPR-Cas9. It's used also in human genetics, but here we speak about grapes. It's derived from a natural process found in bacteria to protect themselves from pathogens. It targets genes. It's like a switching button. You can switch on or off a gene that you have isolated. It's comparable to Photoshop. So it's gene editing. You can switch on or off what you like or what you don't like, basically with this machinery. I'm not going into details. It would need another conference for that. But my last slide is this one to show you that it has already been done on grape varieties. And these guys have been able to knock down the mildew locus O in Chardonnay to reduce the susceptibility to powdery mildew in this grapevine. So it has already been done. It's underway. I think it's very good. It's a very elegant technique, but one of the risks I can see is genetic erosion, because you will do that only on one clone of Chardonnay, for example, and you lose all the diversity of the hundreds or thousands of other clones unless you do the same thing to all of them, which is very costly. So I just wanted to tackle this topic before I give the word to my colleagues. So I will moderate the next 2 sessions. The first session with our colleagues here on vineyard development. So we will have Francisco Lopez, Gilles Descotes, and Alejandro Fuentes. The first one that I want to introduce is Alejandro Fuentes Espinosa, Dr. Fuentes Espinosa, head of the viticulture unit in the OIV. You all know what this is. He's a Chilean citizen, specialized in the problems of climate change and the economy of the wine sector. He has done several works with private and international organizations such as the INRA in France, Institut National de Recherche Agronomique, Institut des Sciences de la Vigne et du Vin, European Commission, International OIV, Ministry of Agriculture, etc., etc. And with these organizations, he developed actions in relation to climate change and the wine sector worldwide. So please come here and give us your presentation. Please welcome Mr. Fuentes.